Well, the limelight's always on the big names winning the big races, but 2 races this year had some very good performances from co-drivers. I mean, we all expected Paul Dumbrell, PD, as the freshest driver out of V8 Supercar to do the job he did, and it was great to see him score that Bathurst win. Who else is in the mix out there? There's plenty, did a good job.
Yeah, I agree with you on PD. I mean, he did a faultless job, but it was expected, particularly Sandown. I think he started 19th and got the car right up to the lead. So, look, Scott McLaughlin won for me because I think that's helped him step into the GRM seat along with what he did in DVS this year. But Dean Canto as well. You know, Dean has been out of the category longer than I have, yet he's still reliable. You bolt him in, he's fast. He handed the car back to Davey Reynolds in a competitive position right at the pointy end of the field. So, you know, I think if you want to get someone that can just jump in with very few miles. He did a few days at Winton, you know, probably equal to anyone else as far as testing goes, but, you know, he stands out for me.
Yeah, I think Luffy too, to see him score a race victory was great at Sandown as well. He's been around for a long time, and, you know, to get that #1 against his name for his first V8 Supercar win was great as well. And there are others down the order, even Andrew Thompson under the radar with Tim Slade did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
And mate, what about yourself? Like lap 147, for a moment there, surely you had it all stage managed.
I was hoping you'd bring up our race. Yeah, look, I think you know, this year we were 4th, unfortunately just off the podium, but I've got to say, with 25 laps to go, yeah, James was chasing yellow sectors.
I had him picked.
And I'm like, we're on. So I actually started writing the speech. And you should never do this as a driver because it jinxes you. But you know, I'd probably talk about JR, you know, and that we miss him. And then it was in the top pocket, and then it was just rip up the speech and throw it over as Lounsey came on. But, you know, I spoke to James and we did our track walk, and I said, mate, if you're in the top 3, just shove it up the inside, do everything you can. And he was, but it wasn't to be. So, you know, 4th is nice, but hey, it's the race that every co-driver, now with the rules, you get an opportunity to step up with a main game driver, and it's the one you want to win. And who knows, you never know when you'll be back there in that kind of position to have a crack at winning again.
Always next year.
We'll see.
PD. I thought Paul Dumbrell did a great job. I was very pleased to see him get those runs on the board. His dad Gary and his brother Lucas and Paul, hugely passionate about the sport, big investors in the sport, committed to it over a long period of time. For him to have his moment in the sun, I thought was fantastic. So, and it was a great drive by Paul at Bathurst.